Three, two, one.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Friday and welcome to another edition of On the Needle. So today we are talking about Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday, in more ways than one. So this review is about Pink Friday, her debut album, which I do have on vinyl. And pretty cool packaging. I must say, her looks and the concept of this, just kind of the way it looks like, this kind of life-size Barbie almost, I thought was pretty cool. It does have pink vinyl as well, so it's like a hot pink, which I thought was cool. So I definitely, when this came out, wanted to make sure that I had this in my collection. So before we get into this album though, for those who follow Nicki Minaj, or even if you don't, you may be aware that today is the release date of Pink Friday 2, her long-awaited follow-up to the Queen album. It's also Nicki Minaj's birthday today, too. So, I'll give a quick review, quick thoughts on Pink Friday 2. So, I do really like it. I enjoy it. I love how it's kind of more mellow this time around. With the exception of a few songs, it's kind of one note a little bit to me, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but depending on if you like that sound or not, it may sway how you enjoy the album. But some of the more up-tempo cuts, the ones that have, some of them have already been released, like Red Ruby Da Sleaze, Super Freaky Girl is on there. This song called Bomb Bomb, which I think definitely should be a single. That one's hot. Oh, there's a song with Tasha Cobbs Leonard that's really good too. It's called Blessings. So I'm curious to see what she'll do with that song too, because that could take her into the gospel realm, which is a place that she's never really been. So I feel like she played it smart on this album, which she does on a lot of her albums. There's enough here where she could pick some really big singles that could do really well. For instance, she on Pink Friday Girls, she samples the song Girls Just Want to Have Fun. So that one has more of a universal, little bit of a pop feel. I can't remember the song with J. Cole, what the title of it is, but that one could easily be a contender. The J. Cole and Drake song, First Person Shooter, just recently went #1. So that could be in her best interest too, to maybe help her move up the charts. I don't know, but I do like it overall, though. I will say I think that she could have actually done a few less tracks on this album. It's like maybe 20 tracks. It's not that long. It's just over an hour, but I think she could have cut it down to maybe between 14, 15. That's just my opinion. But let's get into this Pink Friday. So this track listing is, I mean, just really dope. I mean, when you think about when Nicki Minaj first came out, when I first heard her on that Monster remix, I was like, oh my God, who is this? I mean, she killed everybody's verse on there. Whether you like Nicki Minaj or not, you can't deny that. I mean, she killed on that verse. Now, on the flip side, I'll say that Nicki Minaj, when she came out, she did something for female rap which hadn't been seen before, except for maybe Lil' Kim. Maybe a lot with Lil' Kim, but but she took it to another level, so I will give her props on that. Her flow, her delivery of her music, though, I would say is pretty original. And some of the standout tracks that I really loved on this first album were Roman's Revenge with Eminem. It takes a special person to go toe-to-toe with Eminem lyrically, with his syncopation, with his flow, and she did it. I mean, she didn't let him outshine her on her own song. Did It On Him, one of my favorites to this day. Still love that song. Right Through Me, it's kind of a glimpse at some of the more pop records we would hear from her. That one, as far as, you know, Check It Out, Blazing, also kind of more pop. Then she had the song Fly with Rihanna. Moment for Life with Drake was a really, really big one too. Pretty much any song she does with Drake ends up being pretty big. The song Last Chance with Natasha Bedingfield was also more pop. So when you think about it, and when I listen to Nicki Minaj's music, sometimes I wonder if she maybe gets annoyed with being classified as just a hip hop artist, because true, I'd say, you know, about 80% of her songs fit in that vein, but she also has some more pop records, some records that could be kind of like a soft R&B feel too. So curious to see what y'all think about Pink Friday 2 and this Pink Friday vinyl. What is, you know, your favorite Nicki Minaj song? What are some of your favorite songs by her? And your favorite album? Maybe it's not Pink Friday. Maybe it's another one. I'll say, me personally, I feel like Nicki Minaj's her peak was the Pink Print album. That's my favorite, if I had to pick one, including the new one, but that's just my opinion. So y'all tune in, and thank you so much for watching these videos. And don't forget to catch the season finale on the sister channel, the Water Bear Podcast, next week on Wednesday. We will have the season finale on Wednesday instead of Thursday. So peace, and y'all have a great weekend.